Hello and welcome to this BuyBotPro video. So in this video today, I just want to talk you through some kind of options with BuyBotPro so that you can customize it and personalize it to you. Now this is a more kind of a visual thing and a processes thing rather than a settings. Of course, in your basic settings, you would have things such as your VAT status and your default marketplace. But this is all about kind of the visual and making it simple and easy to use, or even more simple and easy to use, should I say. So first of all, you'll notice, so when you're on the Amazon page, I'm just analysing a product exactly like you would. You have got some options at the top here. So zoom in so you can see it a bit more. So you've got some options here. Now the first one is the BuyBotPro section customizer. So as it says, you can use this feature to personalise the order of the sections of BuyBotPro and also turn any on or off. So you might want to turn some off that you don't necessarily use. They're not relevant to you maybe. So let's just click on this and you'll see that BuyBotPro is split up into all of these sections. So for example, you might not have any virtual assistants. So you might want to just toggle the VA toolbox off because you don't have any. But of course, remember that it's there because it's super useful if down the road you do end up with some virtual assistants. Amazing software that is all part of your BuyBotPro subscription and will help managing your virtual assistants so much easier. So toggle that off, for example, if it's not relevant to you. You might also think the iOS S section, let's say, for example, that's not relevant to you. So you can toggle that off. So you can toggle off any sections that you don't necessarily want to see. Of course, we would say they're all useful to you with your BuyBotPro subscription, but they might not be relevant at this time. The other thing you can do in this section is move things about. So let's say, for example, that the first thing that you always look at once you've hit that analyze button is the BuyBotPro AI analysis, so the confidence score. So let's say I want to have that near the top because that's the first thing I go and look at. Now, of course, if you make any changes here and you want to put them into place, don't forget to click save because BuyBotPro will then action those changes that you've made. If you think, oh, actually, no, I've messed around with it a little bit too much, I just want to take it back to how it was at the beginning, the default, all you need to do is hit this button here and then it will revert to how it was, kind of the BuyBotPro standard view, if you like. So that's one way that you can customize how BuyBotPro looks and what you see and where you see it in order to make it more relevant. The other option is where on the Amazon page BuyBotPro sits. So you'll see you've got three options here, so I'm just going to show you them. So the left one moves BuyBotPro over to the left-hand side, and you will notice that as I scroll down, BuyBotPro is static. So if my cursor is over the page, I scroll down the Amazon page, and if it's over BuyBotPro, then I scroll down BuyBotPro. You've also then got the right option, so exactly the same as I've just showed you. I can scroll down the Amazon page and BuyBotPro stays static on the right-hand side, or I can hover my cursor over BuyBotPro and obviously scroll down there. And then the other one is probably what we'd call the default, what you might be used to if you haven't played around with the settings that much. BuyBotPro sits here within the Amazon page, and when you scroll down, you're scrolling down the page and BuyBotPro at the same time. So that's another really cool way that you can kind of personalize it to you, depending on what you would prefer, whether you want to be able to scroll down both at once, or you want to be able to keep BuyBotPro there and scroll down Amazon and vice versa. Now, the other kind of personalization options I want to show you are in your settings. So if you click the cog here, BuyBotPro settings are also split into sections. So I'm going to come down to the section that's called personalization. So you've got some toggles here where you can toggle things on and off and also change the way things look. So first of all, you've got the BuyBotPro island. Now, the BuyBotPro island is this pop-up here that appears on the Amazon page, kind of a really quick glance, some key information about that product to kind of give you the opportunity to quickly look at that and then see if you want to look in further detail. So in your personalization section of your settings, you can toggle that on and off depending on whether you want to see it. You've then got your quick look feature. So here you can toggle this on and off. Now, the quick look feature is basically if you are searching on Amazon and you've got kind of lots of products, so I've just searched Lego here and it's bringing up all of the products, you will notice that each one has a box, which is the quick look feature. Again, at a glance, giving you some key information about that product, things such as the ASIN, the BSR, whether it's sold by Amazon, how many FBA and MF sellers you've got a link to the charts, you've got a link to Open BuyBotPro and also a link to Google. So just some really key information, and it means you don't have to go into each product research to get those pieces of information and then make a decision about which ones you might potentially want to analyze a bit further. So that's the quick look, and you can toggle that on and off in your settings. Of course, with the BuyBotPro Island and the quick look, we think they're amazing features, so we would say definitely leave them on. But if for some reason you can't see them, this would be the first port of call to kind of check that they are turned on in the first place. And then you've got some chart settings, so a way that you can kind of customize and personalize how you see the charts. So of course, first of all, you've got to toggle whether you see them at all, so you can toggle them on and off. Of course, we would recommend that you have them on because they are an amazing part of BuyBotPro, and I think kind of an essential one for most users. You've then got your default day range. So if I just show you in the charts here, you've got your day ranges along the bottom. Now you have a default one that you can set in your settings. So you might, let's say you always come down to the charts and you always click 90 days because that's the time period that you want to look at. You can then set your default day range to 90 days so that whenever you load BuyBotPro, analyze that deal, go down to the charts, it will always be at that 90-day time period. You've also then got the option for a stepped BSR line. So you will notice here that the BSR is kind of, it goes up and down and it's very pointy at the bottom here. Stepped basically means that it will be a bit more like that. It will have kind of 90-degree angles. So again, just personalizing it to you. Some people find one way or the other a bit easier to read. Then you have got whether you want certain charts on or off. So the bar chart averages, the table averages, and the seller stock and price. So these are your bar chart averages. Then you've got your table averages, and then you've got your seller stock and price. So the bar charts and the table are basically this chart at the top, but just in a different format. Again, making it everything personable, and everyone works in different ways, reads information differently. So giving the option to view that information in different chart formats. But you might always want to look at this main chart, so you could have them toggled off if that's what you want to do. The seller stock and price one is essentially your competition analysis in a chart. So again, depending on how you work, whether you want to look at both, one or the other, you can toggle this chart off if you want to. So that is kind of an overview of how you can personalize and customize your BuyBotPro. So you've got your personalization section in the settings. And then if we come up back to the main panel, you have got your section customizer where you can move the sections about, you can toggle them on and off, put them in an order that you want to see, and then you can also choose where on the Amazon product page your BuyBotPro panel sits. Any questions and you're not quite sure, drop an email to info@buybotpro.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.